back to the project. Just slice of like real life shit. This is a lot of crap. Just trying to get myself. I don't know how. Can I show everything? It's not. All right. If you had to tell, I just had a very light, casual, super light conversation on camera. So, what we have here? Bunch of mail, and it's not just mail. So there. Okay, so this episode, let's talk about a lot of product material stuff that and events. It was just a very busy day. I guess that's kind of but we'll cover. I don't have a spreadsheet that I actively update anymore. I used to, like inventory, right? What comes in, what goes out. I don't know. It's just not that important. But there's a lot that happened yesterday, so I just want to cover some of that stuff. And if you can tell, it's hard for me to hold everything because there's so much stuff. So I'm gonna go through it one at a time, and we'll start off with like some samples over here. No, let's not do that. Let's start off with the first thing in the morning. So I went to see a dentist. My very long time friend. That's the way I look at it. Great dentist, and it's such like some decades. So it's definitely I go back and forth. At least for the past 10 years, past decade, I've been going back and forth between a regular dentist and also my pediatric dentist. It's just because I like seeing them, you know, and also to like support their business for what they've done over I think many years, like decades. And yeah, it's always good to see them. And again, no privacy, confidentiality, all that kind of stuff. So R and H, really, I always just like seeing them. And then some of the clinic, some of the hygienists there. Well, and we had a really funny conversation. One of the hygienists yesterday was asked whether or not we wanted to play like a film. I'm like, not too in on that. Well, the latter option is like kind of horrendous because then you have to listen to me talk for the next like 2-3 hours. I'm like, it's not first of all, it's not take 2-3 hours, but secondly, yeah, let's do that. Let's pick the option. I'd rather listen to you talk. And so we just had like shared like fun stories, and she made a bunch of jokes and stuff like that too. And it's like we're just talking and stuff. Well, she was doing most of the talking. I was doing most of the listening because I got like tools inside my mouth and you know stuff like that. And yeah, it was fun. It was nice seeing them again, and very enthusiastic. And then, so here's some stuff that I'm in a good mood, right? So it's not just a mood. It's just good. We're good. I'm good. Okay? Like things are good. So over here, the upload is gonna be in February. It's gonna be it's a very light, casual conversation. And not even a conversation. It's gonna be uploaded, I think, like February 7th or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. So there's a lot of there's like you know those goodie bags you get from your dentist, right? And I said I don't need this, you know, but yeah. So. Oh god, it was like too much. So I got. It would have been a couple of years, like 5 years ago. I had a spreadsheet open with like some funny shit. Like I had in my. Like, it wasn't good. That's why I think it's funny because like okay, well, most people don't keep a. You can do this. It's very helpful actually if you're living in a neighborhood, guys, where you're susceptible to break-in and enters. That's a known thing. Like keeping track of your inventory is good because like then it helps you to. But most people don't need to go through this. But I mean, no, that's not true. You never know, right? It's like you never know when you're gonna be the next like statistic or whatever. So yeah, I've already done that. You know, full video recording, and before I had spreadsheets, but I don't actively. I need to get back into that now Get down to serial numbers. That's already been done. Video recording of everything. So, but there's no real need, I feel, to add this stuff. It's like small stuff, right? Like dental floss. Two of these dental floss things here, and it's all Colgate stuff. That's their supplier that they're endorsing, right? Colgate Sensitive Pro Relief, 2 tubes of it, 22 millimeters, anti-cavity toothpaste. Yeah, we had a fun conversation with Judith, talking about how the marketing always switches up, and the biological mechanism never. Because I'd studied healthcare too. Medicine related fields. And but anyways, we can just talk industry, right? It's like, she's like, every time she goes to those conventions, she mentioned that it's like every time they try to pitch a new form of dental solutions, right? But it's like charcoal, activated charcoal, and something like that. And it's always like something that's either like not effective, or it's not anywhere near accurate to what the toothpaste or the solution is actually doing. But it's just sales and marketing, right? Anyway, 2 tubes. You can't tell if this is like a gratitude. Oh, by the way, we should talk about that. I'm gonna probably make the next episode that, or the episode before. And no, the episode of recording after this one is probably going to be about scheduling and props and stuff like that, and series. Yeah, so this would be what I used to call class 4 item. Basically, it's like something that received from someone else. But it's not really. This is consumables, so it's just inventory, right? Obviously, it's not what really matters. Part of it does, because I have as a result of the homeless situation, or like the harassment situation, and the household domestic violence crap. Yeah, recently my health has gone to shit, and I have more gum recession than I had in my entire life. But it's easy to get back on track with like xylitol and flossing and everything like that, now that I have a place and everything, so it's good. But the major thing is really just going to the dentist and seeing people I've known for decades, and it's just nice, and new people, new faces. Like, I don't think I recognize the dentist I was speaking to for the whole like 45 minutes. Sorry. All right, so we have toothpaste, two of these like dental floss, and yeah, I used to record. These are class 4 items, class 1 consumables, because you paid for it and whatever. Colgate toothbrush, soft, bristle, ultra compact. Again, you know the practice. You got 45-degree angle. If you know, but you don't. But basically, there's a certain method when you're brushing your teeth and flossing, right? All that. And then that's all within this bag here. Colgate, their sponsor, whatever. And then finally, we have this thing here. That's I can't turn up the light too much, can I? I do. It doesn't help. Let's not do that, because the contrast goes too high, and I don't have the best camera in the world. If you can't tell, the webcam is just like 720p. Okay, and this is something really, really nice, actually. So aside from all the general health products and consumables, included was also not just like the invoice, which obviously I'm not going to show, right? It's like a letter. It's in my unit now, like statement receipts. But this one is a really cherished gift. So this is what I call class 4 item before. I might do that. I start doing that again, because basically keeping track of all inflow and outflow of like material possessions and goods. I know I'm working like a warehouse, right? I'm applying business dynamics over to my personal household, but that's how I always have done it, or I've always wanted to. And it's a smart thing to do, because now learning about criminal activity and policing and general health and household safety and stuff like that, and contingency, you know, fire escape, fire alarm, and emergency procedures, right? That's just general stuff. Like I was always ahead, right? I was always working ahead. Even when I was really young, I was thinking like, you know, I was basically, you know, like so you guys know, you get your parentified children, if you know. All right, so we have this pen here. This is a class 4 item. I want to show up here, and there's it's good that the contrast isn't high enough for you to read it, but basically there's a custom branded pen from my pediatric dentist, with the number and the name, and it's beautiful. And I have a whole display case of souvenirs from people I care about. Like this really great, like I said, he's like right in the 70s, like a 70s, like he's like a volunteer that I used to volunteer with from Sri Lanka. There's a probably like 60s, a great friend, a white guy, and he's like a film director. He's done all this kind of stuff before, and you know, I have a few plates here from one of my great neighbors here, and she is like into like some stuff like cosmology. I don't personally participate in it, but she's very like karma and stuff like that. But anyways, like just great like friends and acquaintances and people in my circle. And I keep souvenirs like that and have a display case for all like the people in my life. Like it's not about the material possessions, it's about what they kind of like remind me of. It's like grandma's attic, grandpa's attic. It's kind of like that kind of stuff that if you never had, like you always want it. Like growing up in a westernized country, there's always been all those like films and movies and TV shows and dramas, like the Brady Boys and crap like that. But things that were more relatable to me was like the humor, right? Like the Everybody Loves Raymond, or Home Improvement, or Seinfeld, whatever. And Big Bang Theory. Oh, House MD. Law and Order was a pass. Anyways, all those things. Oh god, yeah. So you can tell where the adult humor came from. It's adult and just like regular humor. But I guess kids don't understand when they're young. Like a lot of kids don't. But the point is, you know, I have a whole case of that kind of stuff, and I'm gonna add this there. It's a pen. It's a souvenir gift kind of thing. Right. The point on all those shows is like, you know, growing up in a westernized country, we look at those things, and me being like first generation born from like, you know, war-torn family country, like small country, and very messy heritage and messy bloodline and stuff like that. It's just like my life is like, we look at that and we're like, I can't relate, you know, I can't relate at all. I'm like it's so foreign that your biological father actually like expresses that he loves you. Like what? But I've realized now that, you know, yeah, that's so that's normal. And then they have like big parties and Christmas gatherings. So like, whoa, you guys like get presents and shit like that. Damn. So so aside from all that stuff, was the grandma's attic. That's one of those things, you know, like little cartoons that you watch when you were a kid, or if you find the time for it. I knew that other kids watched it. It would show up on my television, on like the 7 channels we had when we had no cable, whatever, right? Back in the 90s, the infomercials and everything. Oh, we had this conversation with my dental hygienist. It was just so much fun. We talked Hubba Bubba and those like, oh, those awful like those sticks of sugar for the kids. Anyways, right, it's like kind of foreign for myself personally speaking. I can't speak on behalf of anyone, but I know there's some of you out there who have lived that life of like extreme derelict poverty and stuff like that, right? And I think some of you, you know, grew up wanting to provide. So I provided that to my quote-unquote son, right? I wanted him to have the things that I couldn't have. And he's like, I want him to be, you know what love and warmth was and independence is, right? He's not dependent on me. He's doing better than I am. Like that feels good. It's nice, you know what I mean? Yes, hell yeah, man. And you know, on top of that, things that I couldn't relate with that I wanted to provide, right? And, you know, now I can afford to get for myself too. So I have like a display case, like grandma's attic, right? But this was not grandma's attic. It's like, this is like, you know, grandpa's award case. Yeah. It's like the case, the cabinet of like 50 different bottles of wine and scotch, right? With like a war veteran, like awards and medals and poppies and stuff. Yeah, I have that, yeah. And souvenirs from like good friends, good longtime friends you've known for decades. Yeah, that's what it is. And this belongs there. This beautiful pen. It even matches the theme, which is like black and red. Beautiful. And oh god, this episode is like a mix of like, I have a series for like the social matters that's like somewhat negative but pressing. Then there's like a series for like inventory like this, like material possessions, and then there's a series for like gratuity and just like people, right? And this is kind of like a mix of both, because there's like a lot of sentimental value to this. Okay. So I'm gonna put this pen. I'm probably not gonna use it very often. I'm just gonna put it on the display case. So Dr. HC, no full names mentioned, and her team. It's nice. That goes on a display case for sure. It's great that it's a pen and not something that's like perishable or consumable, or something that you use, you know, for like toiletries. It's something that actually does look like it belongs on the display case. It's got that illustrious, you know, shine to it and everything. It's nice. All right, next. So after the appointment and just chatting and everything, we had I saw another really great friend. It's her and her husband, and she's a retired nurse. Again, no name, confidentiality, nothing. So just abbreviated by K and N, from like Thailand or Singapore or Cambodia. And the clinic I went to was like a mix of like Filipino and Chinese, right? That's kind of the community that I also kind of grew up with anyways. So over here, okay, I just went to a friend afterwards in the afternoon. And I called one of my other friends, and he was working, and because he does like public transit, and then I said, okay, so he's busy. So how about this? I called my other. She's like my business partner. She's a retired nurse, but for like 30 years, but like she still participates in her own like side like business. It's in like, you know, classic marketing and distribution businesses, self-employed, and it's in health, like go figure, nutrition. And I saw her, and I don't have a whole lot of product to show, just some small samples. So we have I had to pick up two not big, but like small, reusable, but they're big in terms of they're probably like the size of like this, right? Relatively speaking, large. 2 packages enough for 2 to 3 months. I only took a few here to show, and because I went to my other, it's not a property, it's just it's a rental. It's just a rental, a lease. So I have other places, and nothing that I own. Okay, and basically it's over there. As I put away some of the new product, I took out a stash of old product that was set to expire soon. So this is like some examples. This is called the health pack. Basically, you think of like, you know, what's something that you would probably be aware of is like, yeah, everybody knows Centrum, but everybody knows that Centrum is not really that effective or whatever. It's not. I'm not gonna dive into the research and details and stuff like that, into the nitty-gritty details here, but suffice to say, this is a truly research-oriented, invested, and well backed and funded company. But an example of its competitors would be like Centrum, and I'm thinking of another one that's like more recent and modern. Athletic Greens. I think it's A1 or Athletic Greens. That one's always been marketed by like people who are like have their own platforms and channels anyways as a sponsorship. Yeah, so this is one of those health pack, all the essentials, more than essential. These are optimizers, what they call it in terms of our business products, and it's basically very fine-tuned with scientific studies and so on and so forth, and personal and industrial research. So they create a whole packet for antioxidants in addition to the vitamins and minerals, and endogenous, what do we call it? I'm missing the words here because this is not supposed to be a pitch or anything. I just wanted to talk about this because this is another thing. Now this one I can't put on display case because like it's a consumable, right? And I do take this basically every meal or so, give or take roughly. Because food is very nutrient deficient, I will tell you that, when it comes to the micronutrients. And this will, so all the, especially during the pandemic, people understand that now. But they don't understand the nitty-gritty biochemical details of intake and intestinal absorption that, again, I would, because biomedical degree and studies and stuff like that. And you can't tell I'm very analytical and research oriented anyway, so vitamin D, vitamin K, zinc, stuff like that, the right amounts, in the right mechanisms, in the right packaging. So anyways, I saw K and N and we just had a talk. We just kind of caught up for a whole hour, and I picked up the products, right? We just talked and talked and talked, and she talked about her presentations and what she's been working on, and because she always has like people over. Also about her clubs and stuff like that. Again, nothing here private, confidential. There's like calligraphy clubs. That's basically like ancient Chinese, traditional Chinese writing, which I always loved growing up. I wish I could do more of that now. I just don't have the time. I love historic, traditional Chinese culture. I know that's very different from like modern day communist China, but I mean, anyways, I've always been a big fan of, not like a fan, like I'm a historian. Like I don't know what to tell you, I'm a philosopher and historian on the inside. So like Da Vinci, Michelangelo, like those are artists, but you get the vibe. Like that's what I you know what I mean. Confucius, Lao Tzu, and I love that kind of stuff, right? So we just taught her. She goes to those kind of clubs, and because she's retired, right? She can do that. She takes like Tai Chi lessons, like Da Tai. That's what we say in Canton. And what else? She does a lot of stuff. So we just caught up. It's fun. It was good. And I had a couple laughs with N as well. That's her husband. And because the Lunar New Year's coming up, he's like, oh, we hope to see you. We want to take you out to like dim sum and stuff like that. Maybe I'll be treating them this time. Anyways, it's nice. It's nice. So I don't know what to tell you. Like it's great. Next. Oh shit. Wait, can you read this? No, right? I'm not gonna risk it. Like I pulled it up the wrong way. What is the envelope here for jeez. So there's housing. There's a package of housing, an envelope for housing. And it's very important. This one I have to get done probably by the end of the month. There's a deadline on it. It's the largest package. I worked on this all night yesterday, and it made me late for my dental appointment. I wasn't very happy about that. It's like 30 pages, right? And it's got to do with like subsidies and government assistance and community housing and terrace buildings, and it's got to do with finances, right? You have to declare all your assets, all that kind of crap, and paperwork, just basically paperwork. And so as a result, I have this package, and it's mostly done now, complete all in one setting, but it took me like hours. and then because you had to work through the calculation, you gotta go to your pay stubs, and I go to my pay stubs and collate everything, including the net income over the course of the year, from employment, as well as from like subsidies, also from my assets if there's any been changes to that, stuff like that, and then updating emergency contacts. So, and then I had to go to the library today, which I made an episode slightly about, and covered some stuff. Yeah, what we did, we had to print out some proofs of statements and receipts and stuff like that, and yeah. I'm like smiling because I just talked about that a little bit, but on a different related tangent. But yeah, went over there, printed out some papers, pay stubs, for a couple weeks worth, if not couple months worth. And yeah, so it's all gonna be compiled, and you work through calculations, you stick it in there, gotta drop this off. And also as a result, draft up an email, upload all of the scanned documents, scanned all documents aside from just printing it up. I also have to upload it onto cloud, and then I'll sync it all, and then create a link, a shareable link for each of those, put it on an email draft, and send that to my, the tenant or landlord coordinator, whatever you want to call it. And then I'll have to leave a voicemail there as well, just go and see in person. Yeah. I just want to make things that get done in an orderly fashion. This is very important. So that's another thing. That one's got less fun stuff. That's definitely more administrative in nature. Which, on that note, right, on this stuff here is all related in one. So here's the mail, right, package, and I gotta get that done. It's done and signed and everything. But in addition, there's all this paperwork. This is the stuff that I printed from the library. The pay stubs and stuff and everything, showing proof of income. And then in addition to that, there's also this package, which is just a bundle of paper clips, because there's that much paper that I want to just help my coordinators sift through it. Just doesn't hurt to make things easier, because they have a pretty nasty job dealing with a lot of tenants who don't pay and stuff like that. And just separate, there's like 5 sections to the whole package. That's why it's like 34 pages, whatever. And so I'm just gonna clip them all, and then it'll be easy for her to like see which portions to look at and what information to find and where it is. So it's just a minor administrative stuff. So I'm probably gonna fold this in half, and then tuck it inside the envelope, since the envelope is also folded. Okay. And I think that's about the last thing left on the list for this episode of like inventory and stuff. So it's, we have this Burger King. So at night I came back, it was very late. I had to go to my other rental unit, and yeah, I just had Burger King. And there's like a junior, it's a spicy chicken wrap with why am I telling you this? I don't know. Spicy chicken wrap, and a large green tea, a large tea, something like that. Just regular tea, Earl Grey or something like that. Milk, no sugar. Tea, spicy chicken wrap, 2 apple pies. Can't go wrong with that for $2. What a steal nowadays, right? Yeah, that's it. So that's inventory. Okay. I gotta record another episode. We have so much mail. Alright, so that's it. Okay, I'll see you guys in next. This is great. Bye.